All right. Thought I'd back it up with a little bit of a twofer today. I'm a little bit behind on the schedule of my posts that I had promised myself that I would post. I've been holding off on making this video just because, well, with the insanity of the world around us, it may ruffle a few feathers. On the flight back from Western Australia to Queensland on Monday, we had what the insanity of modern society would call a trans woman as one of the air hostesses, and there was no mistaking it for a woman. It was clearly a guy. It had, you could tell by the male pattern baldness. It had a big ponytail in the middle of its head, and its bloody hairline stopped around here. It looked like Goro from Mortal Kombat. For those of you who are old enough to remember that. But that, he, she, whatever, is not. That's not really the point of this. Although, I've got a question: who thought it was a good idea to put, on a plane full of tradies? We're not that way inclined. There's you might have 5 people who thought that, good on her. The rest of us sort of think, who the fuck thought? Who scheduled this? Who's in charge of the roster here? Anyway, that's not the point of this video. What is the point of this video is, it wasn't, he, she, whatever. It was the other 2 guys that they put on as the air hostesses. Why are male hostesses, air hostesses, a thing? It says it in the job description, air hostess. It's not an air host, it's an air hostess. I cannot understand for the life of me why a man would want to do that job. I'm sure you get to travel. I like to travel, but I don't want to have to serve other men drinks to do so. You are not smashing a glass ceiling to get into that position. You're invading a woman's space. Why are we, as tradies, on a what do you call it, a charter flight, why are we being harangued by a pair of sassy homosexuals on a 6-hour flight from WA to Queensland after 3 weeks on the job? The last thing you want is a bloke, telling you, make sure you put your rubbish away. No, we don't want you there. Like bring a nice girl we can flirt with. Build a skill. Like fucking, not learning anything. Serving me drinks, number one. Or I don't drink alcohol, but you're serving me coffee and water. You're not learning anything by pointing to a fucking exit. Like, what is the point of male hostesses? If there's a male air hostess watching this video, please tell me what on earth made you think that was a worthwhile profession. Anyway, today's a beautiful day to be alive. It's still Thursday, the 8th of October, 2025.